We start with the coronavirus outbreak at the Union Gospel Missions Men's Shelter. The situation's bad enough. The shelter is closed for intake effective immediately. That means more people will be sleeping on the streets tonight. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones has details about how the shelter is handling the outbreak.
For the majority of this pandemic, the coronavirus hasn't caused major problems here at the Union Gospel Men's Shelter. It wasn't until Christmas when cases began to rise, bringing them to a point where they now have to implement new protocols. More than 70 people associated with UGM have contracted the virus since December.
But in the last 2 weeks, things have really escalated as far as the number of people who are being infected or having positive tests.
Shelter staff are among those in isolation to stop the spread. New intakes won't be allowed over the next 2 weeks, meaning a normal place that offers an escape from freezing temperatures will temporarily be unavailable.
Obviously, when we make decisions like this, it's in consultation with the city and other shelter providers to make sure that there's going to be enough bed space to accommodate the clients that aren't going to be checking into the UGM shelter.
Redirecting people to available shelter space in Spokane has to be a priority while also getting the outbreak under control. Temperatures are expected to drop down into the teens next week. UGM officials say the decision wasn't made lightly, but they worked with Spokane's regional health district about what the best measures would be.
Not only new people coming in who could get infected, but also new people who could potentially bring more illness into the shelter.
During their current guidelines, testing will take place 2 times a week. Teams from the health district come in to assist with this process. UGM has medical clinics that focus on anyone that displays symptoms. 120 people are still using the facility, but they'll have to abide with protocols and social distance on shelter property.
One thing that just came to my head was just in terms of people who are trying to recover. Is there any challenges when trying to quarantine?
The shelter was set up to allow freedom and let people come and go on their own terms. That'll be impacted due to the outbreak.
It's tremendously difficult. We have kind of 2 locations in our shelter, makeshift isolation areas where we can separate clients for a short period of time away from others.
UGM will follow this new plan for at least the next 2 weeks. Counselors are on standby for anyone who may have challenges with the isolated period of time. The shelter plans to reopen on February 14th. From Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.